run. And usually that happens before y'all go and invade a country.
Y'all make up BS.
Y'all make up bullshit, man. Y'all start spewing out your propaganda. How the leader of that regime is oppressing the people. You know, destroying their economy and doing this and doing that, man.
They did the same thing in World War II.
Yeah.
They said that the Germans were killing babies or something to get sympathy for the people. So when they do go to war, they act like it's for a just cause.
They always bring in how that opposite country has homegrown terrorism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what was it?
They did it to Iraq. They did it to Libya.
Mass destruction or whatever.
Yeah.
They gotta demonize the people first.
Yeah. Yeah. So that lets you know that they planning on going into Iran. Trump is going to lead them to mess with Iran, man. Because of Israel.
Yeah, because of their nuclear capabilities, they want to stop them from producing nuclear weapons.
Exactly. You know, so these things are happening right now, but you got a lot of Israelite groups that are silent about that. All right. How are you silent about that, man? We're watchmen, right? We're supposed to be watching as well as praying. And we're supposed to also be letting Israel know. We're supposed to be blowing the trumpet. You know? But you guys that are paid off and you settled on your lease, that's why you're not vocal. All right? You rather talk about husbands love your wives. You looking forward to the next Passover because you can't wait to set up your little dating service to marry off women on the stage and get your DJs out so they can spin records so you can go and rap about how fresh you are in your garment and the commandments that you're keeping. So you can boast about yourself. The Most High is going to deal with you niggas, man.
That's right.
All right? He going to deal with you, every last one of you dudes, man. All right?
They don't want to prophesy because he don't want to, if he prophesy and tell the people what's coming, that's going to happen, he going to lose his congregation and lose that money.
Yeah.
He don't want to lose that money. Yeah, the benefits, that filthy lucre, man.
Yeah. Hey, somebody get, I believe it's, Sirach 20 and 29. Sirach 20 and 29 real quick.
I'm right there.
Yeah, get
This
that.
Sirach 20 and 29. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise and stop his mouth that he cannot reprove.
And that's what happens. That's what silences you, is when you're getting bribed, when you're getting good bread, you're getting some type of reward, compensation, something.
And the gift destroys the heart.
The gift destroys your spirit, man.
The way your mind is.
And you don't have your drive anymore. You just, basically you get to the point where you too big and you too comfortable, where you ain't on the front lines no more and you're not speaking all the truth.
You're not prophesying.
You're not out there prophesying. And even if you do tap into the prophecies, you either going to lie about it or you're going to sugarcoat it. You're going to dilute it, water it down, man.
Adulterate.
Because you don't want to offend nobody in your congregation, or you don't want Israel to look at you as some fearmonger or something like that. The scriptures tell you, therefore knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men.
Yep.
This is one of the ways how we compel Israel is by telling them what the Lord's getting ready to do.
Not by the joys, the joys of being an Israelite in captivity.
Right.
And proclaiming the word boldly in front of the face of those that have afflicted him. No, it's the tribulation, man. We go through shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, Israel should not be captivated by gimmicks. They shouldn't be captivated by the same shit that they see other people in the world doing by coming into the truth. They shouldn't come to the truth by those type of things, man.
Yeah.
The only way that they supposed to come through this thing is through that door, Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
All right, which is through this word. They supposed to hear you prophesying, man, and they supposed to take consideration.
They're supposed to be quickened in the spirit when they hear the word.
Yeah.
They come into the church, man. They come into this word and do the work.
And mostly it's if Jake hearing you prophesying of the evil to come, that usually is what gets Jake to become compelled, because they're gonna ask within themselves, well, what must I do? What can I do to not suffer that these men are talking about? Because obviously it's in the Bible and they're showing it right out the words of the Most High that these things are getting ready to occur. And what does the scripture say about wisdom? It says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay? So they're going to.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So they're going to hear the Lord's judgment is being proclaimed by the prophets, and they're going to be afraid. Then that's when they're going to listen.
God, fear is a motivator. If you out there just saying, "Oh, everything gonna be peachy and fine," that don't make action. Nope. You start moving faster and move more efficiently when you know when you got a price on your head. When you know when you know you're in trouble. For example, when you was a little kid, if your parents told you to clean the house, the closer you felt like your parents was closer to the house, the more you cleaned up. That's like now. Jake ain't about to be working hard if he know his parents is still at work. If work just started for him. They gonna move once the pops is on the way home.
That's right.
And that's what you gotta do.
Get off work right now. Let me get to it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
If you teaching all good, how is that gonna scare somebody? These words are supposed to put fear in you, because this is what's to come. If you can't see it, then that's ultimately on you. Yeah. The Most High didn't put that spirit on you for you to see. But this is like a scare tactic. You know, you forgetting what the Lord did in the times of Egypt. Yeah. All those plagues that he put on them. You forget what the Lord did to us. Why you think we in the state we in now? Look at all the curses that's put on us. That's not from behaving. That's from being disobedient. The same thing that Israel's doing now was the same thing they did back then. Fear is what drives us. You move when you scared.
We are fear mongers. Straight up. There's no other way to say it, man. Yes, we are fear mongers. But we're scared ourselves. Not like we're just trying to scare everybody else and we ain't worried about that. No, we scared. If you ain't scared, something is wrong with you. You can't tell what's damn brush fire has hit the whole West Coast. So you ain't. Then a freeze over hit the rest of the north east in the north. You ain't scared. You ain't scared. The hurricanes hit the whole South. You ain't scared.
The floodwater freeze.
Man.
Hey, the Lord froze over the whole north. New England, that whole area is froze off, man. People are getting found frozen. The water is being frozen. Animals, the sea, the sharks and fishes are being frozen.
You said 80% of the country was froze over.
They got froze up, man. It's like one of the coldest winters in history, man.
And this is just the beginning of winter, so it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
And once these prophecies come to pass, it's gonna get worse for you niggas. That's going through this world, you know, with all this folly and acting like shit ain't about to pop off.
And that's why the bugged out niggas think they know the scripture stockpiling, man. This nigga's scared. But he's carnal.
Yeah.
You know, just to touch on that briefly. Right. But he's carnal, but that ain't what the Lord told us. All the instructions of what we need to do are written right in this book. Yeah. We just have to, but if you take one out or dilute it in any way, it gives the other ones to none effect. It doesn't give the same effect.
A little leaven is the whole lump.
Straight up. Yeah. If you take out, oh, don't worry, don't be scared. Well, Jake gonna be happy if they ain't gotta be scared. If they don't have no fear. If Jake don't have, if Jake ain't being taught to have faith and be spiritually minded, not carnally minded, they gonna start stockpiling food and guns and weapons and doing dumb shit against the man that has the blessing of the sword.
Let me say this, man. And that same individual, he had the nerve to call brothers cowards because we're telling you it's not expedient to be in the spirit of stockpiling weapons, man.
And then you recording
carnal. Yeah, but let me get this straight. How are we the cowards when you the one showing fear?
Right.
The fact that you, like the brother just said, the fact that you feel like you got a stockpile arms to defend yourself, that shows that you have some inner fear within you, man.
That shows that you have no faith.
You have no faith. And what did the Lord say? Did you not remember what the Lord said? He said, fear not he that can kill the body, but cannot kill the soul, man.
Matthew 10.
You know? Him that can, but fear him that can kill both the body and soul in hell, man. Meaning the Lord can destroy your ass, man. Worse than a man could do it.
And we bring up the scenario all the time. Who says you're gonna be able to get to those weapons?
Yeah, or that food or whatever the issue may be.
It's nothing for the Lord to have you in another place at another time when all hell hits. That's just like the regular preppers. Yep. It's nothing for him to make your mind go into something else where you're not in the comfortability of your home.
God, Esau, knowing you got those weapons, right when you about to pull up to your house, he gonna snatch you up.
Yep.
Well, you know what? The FBI has already got you recorded. Right. The FBI already got your number. They got your address. They know what weapons that you stockpiling on.
Right.
They're already doing heat I forgot what it's called. But basically, it's when they have the heat. They have the cameras, infrared cameras that do heat, that can read heat. And when you have too much, or even density, they're getting them to where they even have density. They can see density in certain areas. That's the point that this man is at.
They put it on the drones, right?
Yeah, it's on the drones where they can fly over and look and see. Oh, what's this big dense area here?
Like
Let's go see.
Like they catch a lot of people that grow that marijuana.
Exactly right.
So Esau has the technology.
So they look for the grow houses with the heat one, and then the density where you storing it at. They look for that. Whether it's cocaine or whatever drugs you may have, they own it at, man. They own it at.
Yep.
I got.
Yeah, let's I want to get the preach that I had out because we got dealing with the lesson. All right, basically what we're basically saying is knowing all these things, man. This is not the time to hold back on doing this work, man, and pushing the word of the Most High, the prophecies, man. We are not to adulterate the words of prophecy. All right, what you see Nate doing, he's adulterating the words of prophecy. And we're going to get into that. The scriptures clearly speak against that, man. All right, that's why somebody can start with Acts 20 and 27. All right, and matter of fact, you go into the blue letter. Acts 20 and 20. Matter of fact, start at 20 and then jump down to 27.
It's Acts 20 and 20. And how I kept back nothing that was profitable unto you, but have showed you and have taught you publicly, and from
read that from the top again.
Okay, Acts 20 and 20. How I kept back nothing that was profitable unto you, but have showed you and have taught you publicly, and from house to house.
And who is that speaking? That's Apostle Paul. Okay, and this was concerning the gospel. The gospel of Yahushua, coming back to redeem the elect, that they have access to the Father through faith by grace of Yahushua. That was the gospel. And he basically proclaimed everything concerning what the Lord taught him. How much more us now that we're in the final day, are leading up to the second coming, and the Lord not only gave us the spirit to break down these scriptures, and proclaim the faith, but also the testimony, which is the spirit of prophecy. He gave us the spirit of prophecy. If you call yourself a prophet, all right, then you're saying that you're son of the Most High, and you know how to break down these prophecies as written in this book.
That's right.
Okay, if you call yourself a bishop is what? An overseer. And overseers, they look over the church. They overlook the church, man, the flock. Okay? So you're not supposed to hold anything back, man. And what did Yahushua tell Peter? If you love me, feed my sheep. And don't just give them a few pieces here and there. No, feed them.
Yep. He told him 3 times.
He told him 3 times, man. You need to feed my lambs, man. Feed my sheep. All right. Don't just halfway feed them. So go back 27. Jump to 27.
Acts 20 and 27. For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High.
I have not what?
Shunned.
I have not shunned to declare. Now go into the blue letter and look up that word shun. Look up the word shunned.
Shun is G5 5288. It says shun, to draw back, let down, lower, to draw oneself, to cover, shrink.
To shrink meaning to make small. All right, to draw it back, to basically hold it back, make it smaller than what it is.
Conceal.
To conceal meaning to hide, to cover it,
to cower.
Just like what he did when Nate faced that Benjamite, and he addressed him head on about Daniel 12 and 1, and basically Nate tried to cover up the whole truth about it. He basically cowered down, and that Benjamite, Ian Boyne, he saw right through Nate's cowardice, man. You know, and basically his hypocrisy. You a man, you the bishop of Israel, you this and that, but yet you can't tell the full truth on this prophecy. Daniel 12, how it says that it's gonna be no other day like the such. It's gonna be a day that Israel's gonna suffer so hard. It's gonna be worse in comparison to all the other tribulations that we went through, including 70 AD.
But what's this time of Jacob's trouble? What's this hour of temptation? What is this?
Did it already happen already, or what?
Did we miss that?
We just gonna go straight, like, so the nations are gonna destroy each other, and then we just gonna go straight to the kingdom while they shoot missiles on each other. That's all that's gonna happen.
It's another definition too, bro.
Come.
It says to be unwilling to utter from fear.
Whoa.
From fear.
From what? From fear.
To be unwilling to utter from fear.
Now the cold, if I may say, the cold part is it's not that he's afraid to utter it because he's afraid of the Most High. That's not what it is. Yeah. That's what he's not. He's afraid to lose his congregation in his position.
Yeah.
His comfortability in the church.
Yeah. Yep. That money, that he's 501c3. There's certain things that he can't talk about. Yeah. And he's a cop.
He's afraid that Esau will take those things from him. Yeah. That's what he's afraid of. Yeah. Because he sold out to Esau.
Hey, just like the entertainers. There's a reason why a lot of those entertainers, they refuse to speak out against Esau and Hollywood and the oaths and the secret society, all that shit that is being exposed to this day on the internet about the wicked satanic industry,
rituals and sacrifice.
The rituals and sacrifice that the elites, the top higher ups do, the Jewish executives. There's a reason why they silent on a lot of different situations, man, in the world, because they're afraid. Yeah, they're gonna cower down because they are that the people that run them, that control them, they have power, and they can cut off that lifestyle that they're used to living and basically make their whole life miserable. Yep. To the point where you either they gonna find your ass laid out somewhere missing, or you probably gonna overdose on some type of drug. Or they might create a scandal about you and humiliate you.
Look at prime examples: Michael Jackson and DMX. That's the dead and the living. Yeah. Look at the difference between them. Yeah. They're both literally dead now, though. If you really want to look at it, DMX, what can he do? Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a muzzle on them. They can't come out and say anything. Okay? If anything, they gotta, in order for them to keep their position, they gotta do more wickedness and stay silent about everything that goes on. Like that nigga Puffy, the type of shit that he's done and is doing. A lot of them niggas that are close with him, that go to them parties with him, that go to award ceremonies with him, that have maintained good relationships with that demon. You better believe they hella quiet about a lot of the shit that he's done. They know a lot too, but they gotta be quiet
because they didn't did something.
Because they didn't did shit.
Everybody got something on everybody.
That's the point. Yeah.
They can't. They bond to that, man. They ain't no way out for them.
Exactly. So it's the same situation. Those of you guys in Israel that got bribes or for some reason that you just can't be truthful to the nation of Israel. That's why. Okay, you're shunning to declare the gospel because you've been paid off. You were paid to hold back this truth, man. With Great Millstone, you're seeing that we're the only group, all right. And besides the other groups that teach the same doctrine that we teach, we're the only group in a brother's life that haven't sold out, man. We tell you everything. We go into everything. Yeah. We hit every aspect of life, man. We hit all the prophecies. We not hiding nothing from Israel, man. And we take the most heat because of that.
Yep. Yep.
What other Israelite group will go head on about some of the nastiness that you will find in the scriptures, man? Guys come out and try to debate us wholeheartedly about that whole rape situation. It's rape in the Bible, and You don't see us like, oh, we ain't gonna talk about that. You know, right. Hey, let's go into it.
What does the script say in the being defamed, we entreat.
Exactly.
Being persecuted, we
exactly.
suffer.
See, that will be happening to a lot of you Israelite groups if you was going into everything that you're supposed to be teaching.
Yep.
If you was to be declaring everything that you're supposed to put, if you was putting everything out there, man, you would have way more haters than you have now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's why GMS have the most haters.
But the scripture.
But y'all the ones that say we the haters. Y'all say we hating on y'all because we rebuke you.
We just
you get rebuked, misconstrued with hate.
Yeah.
You know, all we doing is showing you what the word say, and we using the word to say, hey, you're going off.
Hey, isn't open rebuke better than secret love? So we actually love you more than you love us.
Yep.
And that's showing, showing love.
More than the people that say that they love you.
Because we know the end.
Yeah.
We know that if you don't listen, then you're going to get it. Yep. You know, like Jeremiah 14:14 say, when the prophets say there's no sword or famine coming to the land, that's how those prophets shall be consumed.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yep.
Yep. That's right. Was there more on that definition?
It says, of those who from timidity.
And this is for, what was the Greek word again for that word, for shun?
The Greek word was post-leo.
Hopostello, that's the word. Mm-hmm. So finish that up in the definition.
It says, of those who from timidity hesitate to...
Timidity is basically being timid or scared or, scary to do something full-heartedly and boldly.
Exactly.
Hesitate to avow what they believe.
Hesitate to avow what they believe.
Yeah. And you supposed to on the spot let them know what it is, man. Hey, 1 Peter 3:15.
That's what it is.
1 Peter 3:15.
I think that's what I was just thinking.
Get 1 Peter 3:15.
I got it.
All right. And then also did not it was that.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to.
It said in 2 Timothy that the Lord have not given us the spirit of fear. 2 Timothy 1:7, man.
Let me get this one, Peter.
Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 3 verse 15. I knew where it was at too. It says, but sanctify the Lord power in your hearts. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
In your hearts. And be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear.
With meekness and with fear, man. Mm-hmm. So you're supposed to be on point.
Yeah, there's more.
All right, and when they ask you, you're supposed to break it down thoroughly, man. Don't hold nothing back. Don't handle the word of the Most High deceitfully, man. Push it out, man. Unless there's some type of agenda involved. You know?
Let me start at 13. I'm going to read further down. Verse 13, up at 13, it says, and who is he that will harm you if ye be followers of that which is good? Mm-hmm. But if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. And be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. Yep. But sanctify the Lord Yahweh in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers.
Yeah, hey. Yeah. When we go into certain things, they start talking shit about us.
As if we're the evildoers.
You know, where's that at in the scriptures? And we go right to it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And people get mad, they cuss us out, or the
white man wrote that book.
Yeah, it's always something, man. It's always something. But you see, we don't give a shit. We just give it to you straight.
Yep.
Okay? You want to know what's going to happen in 2018? Hey, you're not finna meet your weight loss goals. Right. Right, you might get a concentration camp. You might you might get a UN troop bashing at your door.
You're gonna eat your babies.
You might eat your children. You know. Yep. You know. You don't know. All right. Everything is not gonna be pretty, man. Mm-hmm. Especially coming from prophets, man. They never had anything really nice to say.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why they knew. And the prophet showed up on the streets. It was like, oh, here they go.
Or do you come? The prophets came. Yeah. Do you come in peace?
Yeah. Do you come in peace or what?
You got bad news?
Yeah, we got bad news. We're the prophets. What you thought this was? Let me read it. It said, that they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Yahushua Mashiach. For it is better, if the will of God be so, that ye suffer for well-doing than for evil-doing, Nate. Put the word out there, man. Put it all out there. Put the bad news, the bitter and the sweet, man. The good news, put it all out.
Yep.
Let the Most High settle them out from there.
And we take it, man. People think we nuts when we go out there and tell the people that, hey, man, it's gonna be cannibalism. You people gonna be eating your children. You know, people think that's far fetched in America.
Yep.
You know how many buffets and how many five, you know how many drive-thrus and I got food at home. Like, the hell y'all talking about? They think we nuts out there for prophesying what we saying. But guess what? They gonna know when a prophet has been among them.
That's right.
Because it's gonna go down. You know what I mean? They gonna see firsthand what we was talking about out there. And we didn't sugarcoat. You gonna see that we didn't sugarcoat nothing. The chariots coming back to zap people with the lasers, man. They think we crazy. Like, y'all guys watching too many movies.
Sci-fi
Spielberg, sci-fi movies. You know, Stephen King and shit. Hey, well, what they got was from the script, though.
Yep. They just took the imagery out of the scripts.
You know.
I got.
What you think these are? Scriptures.
The script.
Go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 2. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Starting with verse 5, said, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them.
Then you shall know that a prophet has been among you. You're gonna know when these things follow through. That's how you're gonna know, man. Oh, those were the men. All right, and they was and they didn't give two shits if we thought that they were crazy, if they were bums, you know, if they were weirdos. They just told it like it is, and they weren't afraid to speak it. That's because we endowed with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, and all the men from the apostles and elders all the way down. Okay, we don't care what people say. The scriptures tell you that people gonna have a lot to say, man.
And they ain't gonna want to believe, and you gonna prophesy into the wind and all kinds of things, man.
Jacob is naturally a rebellious house. Stiff neck. They ain't gonna want to hear the reproof.
We're not about to water down or PG radar doctrine because you may not like how it sound, or you know.
Because the script say, "Woe unto me if I preach not the gospel." You should know that.
Another one.
You say, "Woe." What does woe mean? Destruction.
You read the word, right?
Yeah.
Let me read this one right quick. Verse 9, it says, and when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein, talking about the Bible, right? It says, and he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. All negatives.
Read 3.
I just want to make a quick point about right here. Lamentations, mourning, and woe. Those are all negative things. Those are the party crashers. What's the other words?
Party poopers.
Party poopers. That the prophets come with, man. We come with that, man. That's what we're here to do. We're here to tell you that, hey, shit's fucked up. Most High is mad. Guess what? Beware. Get right. Hey, it's right here. Get it out of here and figure it out.
Stop being distracted by what's on the surface and look deeper. Because everybody, a lot of people in this society are stuck on entertainment. Look past what everybody sees is happy and look at the news. It's being broadcasted. Even if you're not looking at America media, look at the foreign media. Look at Al Jazeera. Look at the RT,
BBC.
Our video, we the news. We broadcast everything. We the watchmen. We're putting it all on the internet. It's already there. Everything is being shown. If you can't see that it's something messed up, then you completely blind and you through. If you think everything is glitter in this society is like gold wrap boo boo.
Yep.
Matter of fact, since you just said that, get Proverbs 22 and 3 real quick.
Yep.
Because Jake is basically blinded because they refuse to see, and they refuse to see further ahead, man. They only care about seeing what's in front of them. You know, they're not. Jake is not circumspect.
They say Jake can't discern.
You know, they can't discern anything, man. They stuck, man. 22-3.
It's Proverbs 22-3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Hey, that's our people. They're gonna get caught, you know, with their pants down.
Because the answers are out there. You know, we in every major city in the United States.
It's on the internet.
And it's on the internet. It's on the unicorn. So you got our people literally walking past the information that could potentially save their souls. Mm-hmm. You know, because they worried about getting to a destination instead of worrying about what truly matters.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They see the videos, because if brothers put up World War II in the tags all the time, and that is World War III. So World War III is and that's a heavy topic that's being searched out there. So I know you see a GMS video.
And we more than just on YouTube. You know, people think it's funny when our when Warstar post our videos, or when people post our videos on Worldstar. But that's all serious. Yep. You know, we talk They think it's just a game and a joke. This not no game. Your life is on the line. Mm-hmm. You know, your soul could potentially be destroyed or saved.
That one Worldstar video that you laughed at was probably going to condemn most of
them. Because it says Matthew 12:36. It says every idle word. That's even the Most High know your thoughts too. Mm-hmm. So those thoughts that you putting out and not necessarily saying, you got to pay for those too. But Jake just walk around like everything is good. Sports ain't going to save you. Knowing the stats on how many points LeBron put up ain't going to help you. Yep. That has nothing. It says in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. Not no BS. You worried in the wrong things. You worried about parties. You worried about sports.
Drugs.
Drugs, because, you know, especially I can speak for my generation. They gone. They're through. These niggas suck. Their spirits are completely demonic.
If that's the hope for the future, we're done. If we had to wait 1 or 2 more generations, man, there would be no men of the Lord, man. Nothing worthy to go.
Yeah, that's why we gotta be so raw towards them, man. Mm-hmm. That's why when we go out there and do this work, man, you gotta be harsh with Jake. Yeah. Because if not, you know, they ain't gonna take what you saying serious, man. They already don't respect you because you look like them. Mm-hmm. So you gotta be rough with their ass, man.
And especially when they see young men out there. Yeah. Because you got young men in every camp. Not necessarily teenagers, but you got young men in every camp, or younger looking men in every camp.
Every man of the Lord ain't got big gray beards, man.
You know? That's right.
Let me ask more. 3-1. It says, moreover, that was it over there?
Proverbs that was it on Proverbs. Yeah,
okay. Ezekiel 3-1. It says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, eat that thou findest. Nate, you ain't found nothing negative in the Bible? All that it said, Lamentations more than woe. You ain't found nothing negative to talk about.
A whole book called Lamentations.
You ain't found nothing. Damn.
They bypass that and go to Hezekiah's Passover, where they was singing with loud instruments to the Lord. You know, which they try. How you get that out of? How you get a party out of just playing an instrument and singing to the Lord because you're happy that the Lord actually
coming back,
eventually accepted you back to return to Him to keep His feast.
Go ahead.
My bad.
Go ahead. No.
Now I was gonna say that and Josiah's Passover. Those are the 2 Passovers that y'all think about.
Well, Josiah's Passover, that one was actually serious. It was more solemn than any other Passover besides the original one and Yahushai's Passover, man. That was a solemn. The one under Josiah, that was hella solemn. The one with Hezekiah, that was where they had. It was mirthful. They had joy because they was too unclean to keep the Passover for a long time. But Hezekiah was raised up to clean the temple out, all right, and bring Israel back to the Most High so they can start to worship in spirit and in truth. Mm-hmm. That was why they was rejoicing. But how you turn that into an Israelite party? Right. They had a bunch of women there. They had a DJ there spinning records.
Kids running around.
It wasn't no rapping. They wasn't rapping, man. They were singing songs of David.
Been a weak Jew.
Yeah, they wasn't boasting. That, man. Yeah, they wasn't boasting. They was singing to the Lord, praising Him. Mm-hmm. You know?
They said because in Josiah, they said there had never been a Passover in such as that one, right?
So that meant that they was partying.
Yeah. They turned up all the way.
So they went and got so they had a lamb dinner.
Right.
So they went and got they went and got their oil tables and they memorabilia
right.
set out so they can start slanging and counting money and shit. No, man. They didn't do what y'all niggas are doing at y'all Passover, man.
Right.
All right. And y'all watering down the truth, man. Y'all watering down the truth. All right.
Let me read through it and get
Go ahead.
It says, eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it.
And he's saying, eat up, eat all of it. Swallow it all down, man.
Revelation?
Yep. Digest all of it.
Hold on. Let me hit this one. Okay.
Everything that I say to you, digest it, man. Mm-hmm. Let it marinate. And you go to my people and you speak every last word that I told you. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
It says, then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
Yep.
And I'm gonna jump down to.
Because this water is this word is compared to honey. Mm-hmm. It's compared to wine, which some wines are sweet.
Some are bitter too.
But a lot of wines are bitter too. Mm-hmm. This truth is bittersweet, man.
Yep.
It's bittersweet.
It's balanced.
It's balanced. All right. Hey, we acknowledge, that. Hey, because going back to the Passover thing, don't make it seem like we're telling you're supposed to have a straight face the whole entire time. Right. Even when the ceremony is over, you're still supposed to be sitting there mad and staring at each other with grins on your faces, man. Mm-hmm. No, man, we kick it. If brothers want to, fellowship after, sip a little more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We might joke here and there. We normal men.
But when we keep in remembrance the point of the Passover
during the ceremony, everything is serious.
Everything is serious, man. And during the Passover, you're supposed to be in a super serious spiritual mindset, man.
Yeah, you're getting delivered, man.
Yeah, you got to think about, supposed to be contemplating on your Hawashah when he was eating that Last Supper and about to go on that,
that cross.
And on that cross.
Yep.
You gotta
the tension that was in the room.
The tension of, hey, y'all better mark your doorposts for the death angel come through here tonight. Don't fuck around. Eat, get your feet, get your shoes on your feet, and be ready to
when you take that blood, you better do it worthily.
Yeah.
For you drink damnation on yourself, and you better believe they all was drinking it nervous. Because the Lord also told them there's a devil among us right here that's gonna sell me out. Mm-hmm. So all that was the atmosphere, man.
Yeah, and he didn't tell them. He knew who it was at that point. He didn't tell them to keep everybody on their toes, man. Yeah. It was the same thing. We don't know who the elect are, so we got to stay on our toes as well.
That's right, man.
It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more. It says, what did I read that? No, he got it. It says, verse 14. It says, so the Spirit lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness in the heat of my spirit, but the hand of the Lord was strong upon me. Yep. Now you can go ahead and bring that.
This is Revelation 10:9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up.
Yep.
And it shall make thy belly bitter.
Yep.
But it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
Yeah, when you digest the full understanding of this book, man, and all that you as a man of the Lord have to sacrifice and give up, it's bitter, man. It's just fucked up. Yep. You get to see lesser people prosper. You get to figure out, like, hey, I wasn't successful in life because of this. I'm a 2-time loser on this side. I couldn't win when I was in the world. Then I come into the truth and I can't win here either. But we're not doing it solely for this side of things, man.
And what's more beneficial?
You're taking L's in the flesh so that the spirit can take the win.
That's right.
You're gaining everything in the spirit and compromising everything in the flesh, man.
Right. We gaining wisdom, knowledge, understanding, faith.
Yep.
Being in this truth, Salat. Being in this truth gives you, really gives you a peace of mind, man. That you're not in the world no more. You know who your power is, and you know what you got to do to receive salvation.
Gaining discernment.
Yeah.
We gaining the fruits of the spirit, and possibly salvation if we endure unto the end. Which is the best. But we know we gotta go through hell. We gotta go through the martial law. We gotta go through the famine, the pestilence. Lord willing, we're covered because we also gain the angels encampeth around us.
I'll just quote it. I got a quick quote.
Yeah, let him.
I'll just quote. I'm not gonna read it.
Go.
Because it directly backs. Israel have not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it. That's the difference. That's to back up what you were saying. That wisdom and understanding and knowledge and the brotherhood. Because there's nothing like the brotherhood in this truth, man. You've never had friends in the world on this level as your brothers in this truth, man. Yep. I know that. So there's certain levels of understanding that come with it that our whole nation's looking for, but they can't find it. But we were able to find it, or the Most High gave it to us. So it's that much more special.
The brotherhood, like you were saying, the brotherhood is even better because you got men that's going through the same battles that you're going through. Yeah, brothers going on it through a different level, but these are the best men in the world. These are the best men in the world.
Highest quality.
They with you through everything. I can speak on my behalf. These brothers watch over me in every way. It goes past the physical. They watching after your spirit. They looking after you on every single level. They already understand what you're going through because they going through it.
Well, the apostles of Great Millstone, they set that example.
Exactly.
They set that standard.
And this camp has been fortunate enough to meet the elder apostle Ramla. That's what the most humble. He's so humble, it's scary. You can't fake that.
Hey, that goes for all of them. That goes for all of them.
Yeah, that's not segue though.
Salaki. This
is
Revelation 10 and 10. It says, and I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was
that's
bitter.
That's the only part that Nate will deliver to his congregation, man, and to the people in general. They talk about that sweetness, man. Oh yeah, wait, you need to get you a husband. We need to get you a wife. We need to have, just talk about all of it. She gonna wash your feet. She gonna cover up. She gonna do this. We gonna keep the commandments. But they ain't telling you the hard part. The hard part is we can't keep these commandments 100%. The hard part is the women aren't built for this truth. How come you don't say that? Yeah. They're not built for this thing.
You ain't gonna tell them that.
If you're living this the right way, they ain't gonna stay with you. Because you're gonna make too many decisions against what they want or against them. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some that will dwell with you, that will endure it because they're chosen for that, and that's a beautiful thing. But if you living this the right way, most of them gonna bounce, man, because they attached to this world too much.
Yeah, that's another point. If you was really bringing up a full truth like we do it, you won't have as nearly as many of the women that you have following you. When you see how we go into the women. You see, it's only maybe a few women that watch us and listen to us. And then brothers got wives, and our women, they just happen to be those women that can, they have that attitude where if the shoe fits, wear it. Yep. So they're quiet. But if Nate and them was to tear into our women the way we do, in righteousness.
Just in truth.
In truth, man, half his congregation, which really half of his congregation, is basically women.
Yep.
So that's another reason why Nate is not going to he's not going to tell you the whole truth. Okay? Because women, they really don't want to hear that. Women are used to being comfortable, man. They're comfortable creatures. Yep. All they care about is being comfortable, man. Pleasure. So if Nate was to go into the hardships, the different end time prophecies about all the hell and calamity, destruction that we go into, we talk about all that, man. If they was to do that as often as we did, I guarantee you, man.
Yep.
You won't see half of all those comments telling them shalom from a bunch of women. Shalom, brothers. Israel united in Christ, blessed. Most High in Christ, blessed. You wouldn't see that shit from those women, man. But because you telling men, hey man, get you a wife, you know what I'm saying? Wives, love your husbands. You know, make sure y'all wash each other's feet. Look at the weddings we got. You know what I'm saying?
You going to the Passover.
We going to the Passover and we finna have this and that. You get to have a nice, we got the beautiful, precious garments waiting for you.
I ain't gonna front.
We jet setting. Hey, you would come to our video shoot. You could be a part of our music video.
Hey, I ain't gonna bull. When I first was coming to the truth, I saw Shield of Wisdom's Passover, and I was like, dang, that's dope. But that wasn't what attracted me to the truth. I was already like, the wisdom of this whole thing is dope. Like, I want to learn. Yep. It wasn't about that power. Like, damn, I don't get one of them garments type of fix to go to something like that. But as I got started thinning the BS away and choosing Great Millstone, hey, that's when I realized, like, hey, it's not all like they play it out to be. It ain't all fun and games like that. You know? I started seeing it wasn't no pretty garments. The apostles had no pretty garments back then, man. You know? As far as the glorious garments that these other Israelite groups have.
Yeah, well, the scriptures tell you that we're going to be prophesying in sackcloth.
Yep.
As long as we're here in Babylon, in the land of our captivity, we're going to be prophesying in mourning clothing.
Right.
We're mourning because we're still we're not in the kingdom.
Yep.
All right? We're without our king.
Because there's still a lot of bad to come.
Everything around you is perverted, is corrupted. The spirits around you, the people, is totally demonic, man.
Yep.
Everything is languishing. It's just everything is out of course, man. Yeah. Everything is a faggot, a lesbian. Everything is jacked up, man, and yet we can't mourn. And it's just Ecclesiastes 7 tells you it's better to go to the house of mourning than the house of feasting.
Yep.
What are y'all over there? What lens? What lenses are y'all seeing life through, man?
Yeah.
You know,
past them. They live. God was around. Damn, we need some.
I want to see what y'all niggas are seeing, man.
Too bad that
y'all see what we see.
Right.
You know? Shit, man. But yeah, finish that, bro, and I still want to get those scriptures. Yeah.
Says, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Go ahead.
And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings.
Hey, so that means that when you come back in your lot in the last days, you're gonna be prophesying, and you're gonna be prophesying Jacob's trouble.
Yep.
All right, the time of tribulation. Okay.
End of America.
The end of Babylon the Great, which this same prophet, he's back. All right, John the Revelator or Apostle John, he's back today, and he's breaking down Babylon. He's breaking down who the beast is. He understands what Daniel was talking about. Okay, and he's breaking it down thoroughly, man. He's also making it free without charge. He ain't making you pay for the breakdown of prophecies.
Yep.
Okay, he's out there on the streets giving his body as a living sacrifice, so that Israel can hear these words and get this understanding, so the elect can be sealed. All right, he ain't sugarcoating nothing. Was that it? Somebody give me 2 Corinthians 4. 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, start at the top.
2 Corinthians 4. Oh, so I.
2 Corinthians 4 and 1.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. It says,
therefore. Go to that in the blue letter too.
It says, therefore, seeing we have this ministry.
This ministry, all right, what do? We minister. We serving the Lord by doing what? Prophesying, teaching. Okay? Breaking the scriptures down. All right, teaching the gospel, teaching repentance to Israel, telling them of what's to come before the kingdom, prophesying to them of the kingdom. We go into that too. We go into the sweet as well as the bitter.
Yep.
The kingdom is gonna be the shit, man.
Yeah.
We can't wait for that. But we know we got to go through these things first.
Like the Paul said, if we give up all this, Lord, well, therefore, what shall we have?
Exactly.
You know? So we do the whole book.
God.
It says, as we have received mercy, we faint not.
Go ahead.
But have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty.
We renounce the hidden things of dishonesty. All right, meaning we're not coming in that beguiling spirit, man. We don't have any ulterior motives. We don't have nothing to glory of. We coming in the spirit of sincerity and truth. Okay, go ahead.
It says, but we have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness.
Not walking in craftiness. Go ahead.
Nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully.
Not handling the word of the Most High deceitfully. What does that go? What is that talking about?
That says adulterating. And this is about adulterating the word of God.
Go get it, bro. Go into the blue letter. Look up handling. Look up the word handling. The word, yeah. And it's from what the Greek word is dolo.
Strong's G 1389.
Dalao. And what does it mean?
To ensnare, to corrupt.
Go down. What does it say in the Strong's?
The Strong's.
What does it say right there?
Well, to adulterate.
Adulterate.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody look up adulterate.
I had it, but it's on.
It's on there. All right, you grab it.
It says
Look up the word adulterate.
To handle deceitfully.
Adulterate.
Render something poor in quality by adding another substance, typically an inferior one.
Yeah, watering it down with some bull.
Make impure.
To make impure. So you're basically polluting the word of the Most High.
Spoil, taint, contaminate.
You're tainting the word of the Most High.
Yep.
You're not supposed to taint the word, man.
Weaken, corrupt.
You're weakening, giving it a lesser strength, you know, of substance.
Yep.
You know, you weakening the meaning of the words of prophecy. All right, you making it. When Jake hear these words, they supposed to be moved and daunted with fear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If Jake asks you, what is Daniel 12 is talking about? What is Daniel 12 and 1 talking about? This is going to be a day of such trouble that there should be no other day like it. Mm-hmm. That even Michael the archangel got to stand for the people. When somebody come to you and question you about that, what are you to do? Mm-hmm. You're supposed to go in.
Yeah. Explain that.
Break that down.
You got to break that
down. Get the precepts.
Yep.
Zephaniah 1:8 just talking about the day of the day of the Lord is going to be dark and gloomy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Amos 5.
You go to Amos 5. You know, it's going to be like you fleeing from a lion and a bear met you. Meaning, if you escape the hunger, you're going to get slapped with the pestilence, and vice versa.
All 2nd Ezra 15.
All 2nd Ezra 15 chapter and the 16th chapter.
Yeah.
You go into 2nd Ezra 16, how it's going to be an insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. You go into 2nd Ezra 15 where it says it's going to be for houses are going to be spoiled because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. The city shall be troubled. Matthew 24 chapter when Yahushua broke it down to the disciples. You're supposed to go into all that, man.
Yep.
Some of us brothers, man, we going to be, you know, on edge.
Revelation 2.
Revelation 2, and you follow it up with Revelation 2 and 10. Some of you going to be cast into prison. The devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Revelation 24 shall be beheaded for the witness.
Yeah.
Of Yahushua.
Exactly, man. You know?
What is it?
You're supposed to go into all that, man.
Jeremiah 65.
Yep.
66.
It's too much.
Anything outside of that, man, you're watering down the truth.
Yep.
Anything outside of that, you're watering down the truth, man.
And that's
a year ago when we was going into what was going on in Venezuela. All you other camps really didn't have a lot to say about that.
Right.
We were going into it how they were actually breaking into zoos and eating animals.
Eating each other.
Eating each other, going into trash cans. Women selling their box for peanuts.
God.
Yep.
It was all type of major shit going on down there, man.
It was literally eating. It was like an alley
Yeah.
full of shit on the floor. They literally was picking,
God.
going through and trying to find food.
And we was going into the depths of the situation. You know, we was uploading clips about how the people was getting shot out there, how gas was being risen in South America, how they went into the zoos and ate the zoo animals.
Yeah.
You know, we was going into all that.
The gas prices were skyrocketing.
Flamingos.
Yeah. People were going into them stores and looting it because they were tired of standing in them long ass lines.
Yep.
And we went into
Because what was it? The Bolivar, was that the name of their currency? Where basically they had hyperinflation.
Yep. Couldn't afford
That's coming here.
Yep.
Right before they shut the dollar off and just merge everything to the mark of the beast. That's what's going to happen over here.
We went into how they was going into Brazil to just buy the goods, the little necessities, and that was the ones that had money.
They had to, and some of them had to try to smuggle food in.
Yeah. When they get robbed.
Yeah.
People, man.
And they had
all bad.
I don't know what border they were at, but the troops wouldn't let them in with food.
Yeah.
They wanted the government to ration out the food to their civilians, and the same thing is going to happen here in America.
How the food trucks was being taken over by the cartels down there, and wasn't getting to the local stores. We was going into every part of it.
It's been like a media blackout on what was going on down there.
Gun.
Because I'm sure shit is still rough down there. They just ain't reporting to you no more.
Brothers is still uploading videos of it. I seen a video about probably a week ago, and there was a video of a bunch of Venezuelans starving.
Yeah.
You know, they was all standing up. One was laying on the table, and they was all speaking in Spanish, talking about how the famine was down there kicking their ass.
Hey, in America, man, you guys was the worst. You guys swear you could help, but the sentiment in America is if I ain't gotta look at it, if I don't drive by Skid Row, if I don't go see the underground tunnels of homeless people on the North Town and the East Side or whatever, if I don't actually see it, it don't affect me.
But under Trump now, they got Trump is more like, what are you doing for us? If you're not doing nothing for us, we're not messing with you.
Yep.
And that's how he's trying to starve out the rest of these countries, starting with North Korea, what's the other country over there in America? Pakistan, the Yemen.
Yep.
He's trying to starve all these, take the resources from these countries, and trying to starve them out. You know, and that's what they want to do the same to people here too.
Yeah, go more into that. Adulterate, right? Go ahead.
It says weaken, corrupt, to cut, degrade, debase, spoil, taint, tamper with, dilute.
You tamper with the scriptures, man.
Not
telling the whole truth.
Yeah, you tampering with the word, man. And just like, when Nate tried to go into 2nd Ezra 15, I believe that was I don't know if he was in Haiti or one of the Caribbean islands, one of them islands, but he tried to go into 2nd Ezra 15, and he read verse 17, where it says, they shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And he lied and told them that, we living in that right now because Trump did a Muslim ban when these other Muslim countries, their citizens can't come over here to America.
There's an embargo on
That was complete bullshit. He basically adulterated that prophecy, man.
It says debased by mixing with foreign or inferior material. That's mixed with Christianity. You know, because that's preaching a prosperity doctrine we should build inside a nation that's oppressing us. It says mixing with foreign or inferior. That's just putting the name Christ in there.
Yep.
That's mixing. That's debasing the true vibration of the Holy Scriptures.
Not putting the full severity of what's to come. When the Scripture says to give them warning from me, let them know all the bad that's coming, all the bad, the heavy, because it's real descriptive how bad it's gonna be. You know,
this
gotta put it out there.
This is the word of the Most High.
Why ain't Nate telling the women in their congregation, because he keeps preaching about marriage? They push that real heavy in the IUIC. I don't know how ISUBK do. They might do the same thing, whatever, with them. But why is it that they keep pushing marriage, but he never goes into the prophecy of there's going to be a lot of women that's going to mourn not having bridegrooms? What about that part? Why don't you balance it out with that?
That's everybody else. That's not y'all.
Yeah, right.
Y'all exempt.
Y'all exempt from that,
Hey,
right?
the apostles stay with. Hey, it's still niggas in GMS. They still
Yeah, exactly.
all of them ain't gonna. All y'all ain't gonna make it.
Exactly.
You know.
Yep. Yeah, that's one thing they won't go into. You know, they'll go into marriage, but they won't go into the flip side. Hey, with some of you women, you're gonna be by yourself because some of your men they gonna get drafted into that war, or they gonna die out in the streets because the Lord, wasn't dealing with them.
Yeah.
You know, crazy, man. But I noticed it also says something else in the etymology. The Latin word adulterare, to falsify.
Mm-hmm.
To falsify, man.
Like the doctor.
Like the doctor.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, it had it on the Google definition. It had the doctor.
You know, and you falsifying the doctrine, and you're gonna pay for that.
That's right.
Okay. So that's what it means by nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully, man. Mm-hmm. All right, you have some type of inner guile there, man. You know about the 144,000, there was found no guile in their mouths, and you coming out here and you beguiling Israel.
What Nate is doing is basically, it's like if your parents tell you to tell your brother something, and you just tell them half of it, you gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, you didn't tell him I said to.
Yeah. So you're not giving Israel the whole message.
Yep.
You're not preaching the whole gospel to them. You're just telling them what you feel is what they need to know, and you're gonna have to answer the Heavenly Father for that.
To me, part of it.
Go ahead.
That's you.
No, you got it.
Salaki, brother.
No, you got it.
To me, part of the gospel is knowing the bad parts, because He gave us what we would have to do to escape the bad parts. It's not like He just said, "Hey, everybody, most of our nation gonna die," and don't tell His elect on how to get out of it. He gave specific instructions to His elect how to escape.
Yep.
And that's where the good news is at. But for them it is not given, but unto you it is given.
Yep.
That's right. The difference. He revealed His secrets unto His servants, the prophets.
Yep.
That's good news.
Yep.
That
was
script,
it.
right?
Yeah, that was it on that.
I'm gonna finish the script out. That was good.
Well, what?
That was 2
Yeah,
Corinthians
4:2.
Yeah.
Yeah, read that again.
At the top.
Yeah, calm, bro. Yeah, they got their wives all singing and shit on the camera, man.
Yep.
Some of them women, they ain't gonna be doing that singing in that day. Okay? They ain't gonna be singing. That singing gonna be screaming later, man.
Yeah.
They're going from singing to screaming. Okay? They're gonna be hitting higher notes than they do on that goddamn stage, man. Okay?
Cut. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 2, it says, "But have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth."
By manifestation of the truth.
"Commending ourselves to every man's conscience."
Commending ourselves to every man's conscience, man.
"In the sight of the Most High God."
Because we don't want to offend a brother's conscience, man.
Yep.
Okay? We want to make sure that we telling our brothers the full scope, man. That we're not lying to our neighbor. Part of holding back from your neighbor is actually lying to your neighbor, man.
Look what it say.
Go ahead.
"But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost." So we're not. Our people got hard enough time trying to figure this thing out. When you give them everything, why would you hold it back? They ain't gonna get it all. When you give it all to them, they ain't gonna get it all. But you still gotta give it all. That's the point. Who cares if they get it? Give it all and let the Most High sort out how much they get.
The Most High is supping with them.
Yeah.
They'll get it. If He ain't, it'll just go right over their head. But you gotta put the message out there so the blood will be off your hands. But you got a lot of blood on your hands, Nate. So
and we ain't just singling just Nate out. all you false dudes out there, man. All you guys, man. You all are guilty of this, man. There's certain things that you refuse to touch on, man. All right. It should. That's why the Apostle Tahar, his decree is why YouTube stay flooded.
Yeah.
On every level, on every aspect. Okay, because we're not gonna hold nothing back. All this knowledge, all this wisdom that the Lord granted us coming into this knowledge. The scriptures tell you about the what's that? The talents. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're not supposed to hold that in no napkin, man.
Yeah.
That oil that the Lord has blessed us with, and we're supposed to use that oil and burn, man.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be on fire, constantly putting this work out, going into everything, especially prophecy. Knowing and it's spiritual that the Apostle Tahar coined this year, the year of prophecy, man. Because that's what's going to be going on, man. Major prophecy is going to be taking place, man.
And by you guys not knowing the prophecies, or if you do know them, not putting the prophecies out there, it's diminishing the power of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You're making it small, like it says. You're watering it down. The power, the concentrated power that Jake is supposed to see in us, you know, of a real Israelite. The knowledge. Hey, he said that back in 2012, 2013. They was talking about that. Yeah. Yeah,
like the chip. You know, we for a long time everybody was talking major shit, man. Y'all, that's like a broken record, man. When is this chip? When is this chip supposed to come out? Hey, Nate, you said it yourself, man. It's June. Ain't no microchips. It's June. But your ass got real quiet when
next week
when Wisconsin had
next week
business came out with that chip and had their employees getting implants. You know, and that's not over. You're gonna see more of that this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a test run.
That was all the test run. And everything is becoming more and more digital anyway. So we definitely gonna see more traces of that, man.
And they getting the currencies lined up.
The currency's ready. It's ready, man.
Yeah. The currency's ready for the chip.
Yep.
Oh shit.
You didn't bring your charger?
Yeah, I did, but I'll figure it out in a minute. Let me read verse 6 real quick.
And also, somebody give me 1 Thessalonians 2.
I'm right there. I seen you pop up.
Verse 6, it says, "For the Most High, Yahweh, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness," and part of that shining is putting it all out there, the good and the bad. It says, "has shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of the Most High God, Yahweh, in the face of Yahweh Shai Mashiach." I mean, putting all the prophecies, putting all the information, all the bitter, all the sweet, putting everything out there. Because all of the positive that Yahweh Shai brought to the earth when he walked on the earth, he still got killed in bitterness, man. And we got to partake in that. But we also get to partake in the glory of it also. Everything has to be put out there.
The suffer, Yahweh Shai, well, I think it was Apostle Paul, he said, you suffer for him, you shall also live with him. Yep. You're going to be glorified with him. You know? So that means that we got to suffer first before we get the glory. Why ain't Nate saying that? You know?
I got to preach for that real quick.
Go ahead.
This is James 4:9. James 4:9. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness.
Yeah. Especially understanding what we getting ready to face. Okay, Esau's finna come down, not giving two shits, man. All right, all he gonna notice and see. Oh shit.
It's lucky.
I'm sure brothers can still hear us. They probably just hear us through the computer.
What did I do?
Yeah.
Did I do something wrong? Is it short enough?
It might be.
Damn, my bad.
Unplug the camera and plug it back up. Let's see.
Light. It was a light on, wasn't it?
Yeah, that blue light.
My My bad, out here.
I say yeah, the screen cut out.
I'm about to tell you brothers.
It's blocky. Shit. Unplug mine in so right quick. It comes back on.
Is it shorter than quarter or something? Man?
I don't know.
It's done. Huh?
You can still see. You can still move the mouse. Can you move the mouse though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in there.
It was in that second one.
What? Nothing.
Take the whole thing out.
Yeah.
I did.
You did this already?
Can we switch ports? Switch the that one to this one now.
Oh, let me see.
Wait, what is that one connected to? The big one.
What's the mouse? Yeah. No. Think it's a camera?
You saw probably man. That's right.
The camera. I don't think it was.
Did y'all
this.
take the thing out for the keyboard and the mouse?
Yeah.
He just did that right
I
quick.
did. I just plugged it directly in
Just to see if it would work, yeah.
to see if it would work.
That second one should be.
Yeah, it's working because the mouse is
He
still
just plugged
working.
it back in,
Yeah,
What's this connected to, Chris? Oh, this is just
that's just the
phone.
you could take that out.
Take
That was
that
the
out.
phone charger. You could take that out.
nothing.
Put it in now. Yeah? No?
I'm thinking.
It said it just seen something. Right.
And that's the. When I put the USB in there.
Still gonna die anyway, huh?
Yeah, I don't know why the webcam is acting like that now. It's funny.